Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Qisda Corporation Investor Conference, the first quarter result of 2023. This conference is chaired by Chairman Peter Chen, President Joe Huang, and CFO Jasmine Hong, accompanied by GM of our business groups. GM of Information Technology Business Group, Daniel Xie. GM of Commercial and Industrial Business Group, Yuqing Lin. GM of Medical Devices Business Group, Harry Yang. GM of Business Solutions Group, Michael Lee. GM of Networking and Communication Business Group, April Huang. And our CIO, Michael Wang. This conference is estimated to take 1 hour. Agenda is as follows. First, Jasmine will bring us the first quarter of 2023 financial results. And Peter, Chairman, and our President Joe will bring us business updates and outlook, followed by each GM to give us a briefing. Then we will proceed with Q&A session. You can use the Q&A session to input your question. We will collect your question and answer them in this conference. Before we commence, we want to remind you to pay attention to the safe harbor notice. In this conference, we have statement subject to risks. Please spend some time reading the content on the page before. Next, we will have Jasmine to give us an illustration of financial results and highlights. Hello, everyone. I am CFO of Qisda, Jasmine. First, I will give you a brief. Qisda is a global technology group with business spanning information technology, medical, smart business solution, and networking communication. We have 16 listed companies in Taiwan. Our global presence, our manufacturing site located in Taiwan, China, and Vietnam. We have more than 200 places as our sales offices. Next, business groups. Purple blocks are high value-added product performance, mainly include medical. Revenue account for 5.7 billion in total, mainly from medical services, 2 hospital and 1 in medical management services, and equipment and consumable and dialyzer. BSG account for 16%, 8.1 billion in revenue, mainly in IT intelligence and OT intelligence and OMO solution services. NCG account for 16%, revenue 7.9 billion, mainly in LAN, MAN, and wireless broadband. Left side, IT, you will see 43% plus 8%. 43% is our operation main business, and 8% is IT high value-added business. It has reached 4.3 billion revenue, account for 8%, include professional display module, integration solutions, and high-end video surveillance. Okay, let's take a look at the first quarter financial results. In the first quarter of 2023, both gross margin and operating income margin increased, both in YOY and QOQ basis. Consolidated gross margin was 15.8%, up by 2.9 percentage point YOY, up by 0.2 percentage point QOQ, hit highest in the past 10 years, and exceeded 50.5 for 2 consecutive quarters. OP income margin was 2.7%, up by 0.5 percentage point YOY, up by 0.1 percentage point QOQ. Although First quarter revenue down by 17%, but contributed by high value-added products. Our operating income amount still increased 2%. HVA business revenue reached 26 billion, YOY up by 1.8 billion. Operating income amount grew more than 30% YOY, significantly more than revenue grew. Medical revenue grew 29%. Both gross margin and OP income margin increased YOY. NCG revenue grew 14%. Gross margin did not increase, but operating income margin increased. Therefore, operating income amount grew 20%. BSG revenue grew 6%. Both gross margin and OP income margin increased YOY. OP income amount grew more than 50%. And we have talked about in the first quarter, revenue down by 17%. This is impacted by the slow demand of IT. Revenue down by 32%. Therefore, both OP income margin and OP income amount decreased. Inventory, good news. Inventory amount decreased for 4 consecutive quarters. The first quarter of last year, inventory hit 56.3 billion. This year, 39.7 billion, down by 16.7 billion YOY and 4.2 billion QOQ. And we have announced that we want to enhance our pharmaceutical channel, and we invested in Noble Baby Corporation, parent company of Tintin Drug Store, to acquire up to 28.54% outstanding share through private placement and public tender offering. And it has reached the minimum tender offer requirement on April 26 and will be finalized on May 15. And we encourage stockholders to release share. Consolidated statement of comprehensive income of the first quarter. Net sales 15.4 billion. Gross margin 15.8%. OP income 1.3 billion. Account for 2.7%. Net income 757 million. Net income attributable to Qisda 324 million. EPS 0.16 NTD. YOY basis down by 10.4 billion. 17% decrease. OP income up by 26 million, 2%, contributed by HVA products. Due to one-time non-OP disposal last year, so our net non-OP income down by 362 million. EPS down by 0.11 NTD. Revenue on QOQ basis down by 5.6 billion or 10%. Gross margin down by 771 million compared to last year fourth quarter. Net income attributable to Qisda down by 48 million. Without non-OP expense 215 million. EPS eventually down by 0.02 NTD QOQ. Next, consolidated balance sheet highlights. Cash and equivalent 36 billion, up by 5.3 QOQ, up by 16.1 YOY. Inventory 39.6 billion. We have mentioned down by 4.2 billion QOQ, down by 16.7 YOY. Total liability 67% compared to last year same time. 69% down by 2 percentage points. And compared to last quarter, up by 2 percentage points due to the preparation of cash dividend. It will bring a temporary total liability increase. Book value per share is 20.02 NTD. Next, financial ratio. Compare differences between each quarter compared to March 31st last year. Cash conversion cycle up by 9 days. And AR turnover and inventory turnover remained the same. AP turnover down by 11 days due to the high stock up last year. Next page, we have collected info for investors' financial results in Q1 on YOY basis. From last year, first quarter, 60 billion. And this year, 50 billion. And because net OP income actually increased and growth margin enjoy an upward trend on QOQ basis. As to OI percentage also went up. Gross margin grew from 12.4 in 2018 to 15.8 in 2023. OI percentage impacted by slight decrease in revenue. It was 2.68 in the first quarter of 2023. And next page is on a QOQ basis. Both growth margin or OP income margin is on an upward trend. Now, financial highlights by business group. As to medical, we have mentioned first quarter account for 11% in revenue. On YOY basis, it is on a upward trend. GM percentage range remained the same as last year. And it has hospital and medical device and consumable. Hospital account for around 15 to 20%. Other medical consumables account for 30%. So in total, it falls around 20 to 25%. BSG, growth margin at 15 to 20%. Remain the same on a YOY and QOQ basis. NCG falls in 15 to 20%. YOY QOQ remain the same as well. ITHVA, and the revenue went down, but growth margin remains at 20 to 25%. IT non-HVA, it has monitor and projector. Although the revenue down by 11.4 billion, and the growth margin has already grew from 5 to 10% now to 10 to 15%. This is a good news. And next page, revenue breakdown by business quarterly. You can refer to the information on this page. High value added revenue portion trend. This year, first quarter, reached 51%. And last year, fourth quarter, 50%. We have exceeded 50% in total revenue in consecutive 2 quarters. And we have enjoyed successful result of transformation since 2018. It was 18%, now 51%. Next page, Qisda Group's listed companies result. First section, IT. Due to the slow demand, the revenue decreased. Therefore, net income also decreased. Medical, the 3 companies in total revenue went up. BenQ Medical Tech up by 12%. And net income down by 65 million. Due to last year, we enjoy again in non-OP profits. BSG, Meta Age, revenue up by 21%. Net income up by 135 million. Enjoyed the highest growth. DFI, revenue down by 2%. Net income up by 42 million. Highest in the same period in 3 years. Others, revenue down by a 2-digit trend. NCG, Alpha, revenue up by 14%. Net income up by 30%. Hello, friends from news media and our investors. Good afternoon, everyone. I am the chairman of Qisda, Peter Chen. I'm very happy that I can chair the investor conference of this quarter. Let's recap. In the last conference, we have mentioned 2 highlights. First, last year, we have accomplished the goal that we have announced 9 years ago. High value-added business revenue exceeded 50% of total revenue. Next, second phase. We want high value-added business profit to exceed 50% of total profit. So our CFO, Jasmine, has given us the information. Revenue, we keep improving. Last year, the fourth quarter was around 50%. The first quarter of this year, we have exceeded more than 50%. So the revenue is consistently growing. As to profits, we have also reported consolidated gross margin. Last year, fourth quarter, 15.6%, increased to 15.8%. And for profit, to exceed 50% in total profit, the contribution of HVA product, we have to see the outcome on gross margin performance. This is the first highlight. The second highlight, the entire environment. What is the current situation? Basically, we want to convey an information that is consistent to what we want to say in last quarter. Revenue in the first quarter, we have met 50.4 billion. Last year, 60.8 billion, down by 10 billion due to the demand on IT products went down, hit bottom. And we can see we have announced in April 16 billion revenue compared to January and February around 15.7, 15.8 billion. It went up. So our core goal remained the same. We want to improve every quarter. And we expect our performance in May and June and to exhibit a positive outcome in the second quarter. As to the difference between the first half and second half of 2023, we expect the situation, the business to pick up in the second half. We expect revenue and profit to pick up. However, the speed of recovery depends on many factors worldwide. So we have to look closely at the situation in the entire environment. So this is what I want to say. Next, our President Joe will bring more detailed information regarding operational aspects. Hello, investors. I am President Joe Huang. I want to give you operational briefing. The first quarter OP performance, as Peter said, the performance was weak. The second quarter traditionally is the slack season of IT business. However, as far as we observed, we actually seen a slight increase. And the third and fourth quarter is traditionally the best season for IT industry, so we should recover to a reasonable level. Production should pick up. As to medical and BSG, the first quarter enjoyed a prosperous outcome. NCD did better in the first quarter than last year. We will continue to dedicate in the second quarter. Investment, proceed our M&A investment and keep to be lean and focused on 4 key areas. Some targets that do not fall in our focus areas. We will keep a much flexible mindset instead of striving to include them. Recently, we invested in drugstores, create channel ahead for pharmaceutical channel expansions. As to hospital, Suzhou BenQ Hospital hit 10 years anniversary. Nanjing hit 15 years this year. After facing the challenge of pandemic, they have transformed nicely and continue to expand. Establishment of Suzhou BenQ Hospital Medical RD Center is to be completed in the second quarter. Nanjing BenQ Hospital is also in second phase construction. Should be completed in the third quarter next year. And they should expand our hospital business. And this is operational information. Next, I want to update the performance regarding ESG. Last December, we have framed a future carbon deduction roadmap. In 2030, supplier reduce carbon emission by 20%. 2040, using renewable energy 100%, joining RE100 campaign. 2050, reached zero carbon emission, which is consistent with government's timeline. And we have surpassed other companies. Currently, there are only 25 companies in Taiwan joining RE100 campaign, and we are the first joining this campaign among computer peripheral industry. After advocating last year, we invited 400 suppliers that have $1 trillion USD market value in total to join this campaign with us. Not only advocating, we want to help our suppliers to monitor. First step is to have 20 curriculum in greenhouse gas monitoring. Supplier involving in over 60% of our trading amount had already taken the curriculums, and those curriculums are still ongoing. After monitoring, our next step is to set goal for carbon deduction. We will also provide curriculum in carbon deduction and help our suppliers in taking action and implementing performances. This is the situation regarding ESG. As to HVA business profit exceeding 50% of total profit, each business group continued to plan for a long-term growing momentum. Next, I would like to have our GM of our business group to give us a briefing. Hello, I'm Daniel, GM of IT Business Group. I would like to give you the highlight of the first quarter and outlook of the second quarter. In the first quarter, global monitor market had hit the bottom. Qisda monitor sales volume in the first quarter remained constant compared to previous quarter, despite the impact of Lunar New Year. Frontline inventory level of each brand had returned to normalcy. Among them, mid to high-end device market remained depressed, and hence it was slower to complete inventory clearance. We're seeing the positive outcome to correct Qisda monitor inventory, and the performance has recovered. And the outlook of second quarter, we have seen additional order to place for domestic monitors. Demand for business monitor slide went up. Clients of our brand began to moderately plan for future needs instead of being extremely conservative. Therefore, better sales volume of Qisda monitor in the second quarter is to be expected. Yield of monitor in Vietnam proceed to grow. Volume will exceed 100,000 in a single month. Thank you. Next, we will have GM of CIG. Hello, everyone. I am GM of CIG, Yuqing Lin. I will report the highlight of the first quarter and the outlook of the second quarter. First quarter highlight, demand for high-end projector was lower than expected. Q1 revenue on YOY basis at one-digit decline. Regarding devices for industrial, business, and medical markets, our clients are ejecting inventory actively, and market demand remained weak. It will take some more time for inventory correction and clearance. Q1 revenue of car use devices slightly declined on YOY basis. Outlook of the second quarter, due to the influence of geopolitical tension, hyperinflation, rising interest rates, our clients overestimated demand and made repetitive orders last year. Purchasing power remained weak. Will need more time for inventory correction and clearance. Demand for high-resolution projector remained low. Therefore, we will accelerate R&D process for new product to create new demands. Third, medical intraoral digital scanner had been purchased by Italian and Chinese customers. Originally, we arranged shipment in the third quarter. After our effort, we will begin with small amount delivery ahead in the second quarter. Working on inventory clearance of device for industrial and business use. We will also accelerate R&D process and shipment of new product of interactive flat panel display to create new demands. Thank you. Next, BSG. Michael will bring us update. The first quarter, the entire business enjoy a growth on revenue on YOY basis. Meta Edge, due to strategic adjustment, we enjoyed the outcome in the first quarter and hit the second highest in our investment history. DFI, consolidated net income, enjoy a significant growth. Revenue declined slightly due to our flexible strategy for secondary businesses. We focus on those areas that has our most attention. Outlook of the second quarter, DFI and Meta Edge enjoy an uptrend on a YOY and QOQ basis. In the past year, our focus were in the 6 area. The rigid demand existed. HPC, green energy, automation, new infrastructure, edge to cloud integration. As far as we have observed, we think the demand were there. In the past 2 to 3 years, our clients are cleaning the inventory. Some enjoy early recovery if they take action earlier. The second quarter and the third quarter should see an upward trend regarding inventory level. Transformation of Meta Edge to an edge to cloud integration service platform. We will keep invest 3 major public cloud related business. As to service platform, OMO, we keep enjoying growth and outcome in Taiwan and Singapore. Hello, I'm Harry, GM of Medical Business Group. Here I want to report the first quarter highlight and outlook of the second quarter. In the first quarter, Medical Business Group revenue grew 29% YOY. Quarterly revenue was the highest in the same period. I have 3 highlights to share. The first, we had seized reviving post-pandemic business opportunity in hospital operation, medical services, and medical devices in domestic and international market. So we embrace speedy growth in this area. Second, actively deploying medical service business configuration. It is divided into 2 parts. First, hospital. Second, retailing channel. Continuing the momentum that we invested in CK Care Pharmacy. This year, we spent 1.8 billion in Ding Ding Drugstore, up to 28.54% outstanding share. After the entire public tender offering period finish, we will give you an update. Third, in-depth development in hemodialysis business. Actively deploy a complete system for dialysis products. Create new product for dialysis powder and liquid, and actively explore foreign market in Southeast Asia and China, and develop medical device in China, and expect great progress. The second quarter outlook. To proceed with the momentum of the first quarter in this revitalizing medical device business. Second, we will accelerate our M&A progress. Thank you. Hello, I am April, GM of NCG Business Group, here to report you the highlight of the first quarter. Shipping schedule of wire and wireless broadband products delayed due to our clients' inventory corrections. However, demand for switch remained high in the first quarter, so total revenue reached 7.8 billion, up by 14.5% YOY. Under our effort in optimizing product portfolio, demonstrate a significant outcome, and we enjoyed a great improve in net income, and our EPS was 0.32. Outlook for the second quarter. Wireless broadband product were impacted by clients' inventory adjustment. Demand for switch was relatively high. However, with clients increasing inventory level, we have announced in April revenue was up by 22% YOY, but we have seen the uncertainty for product needs in the second quarter will be higher than the first quarter. But we believe network broadband upgrade would be a rigid demand. So this should be a temporary phenomenon. So we will actively develop new client. Thank you. We have presented you business outcome of the first quarter of 2023 and outlook of second quarter. Now proceed with Q&A session. You might submit your question in the section online. Due to limited time, we will collect questions and reply them. Hello, good afternoon. Next, we will enter QA session. Regarding Harry mentioned that investment in Ding Ding drugstore, many questions is about that because it's still in public tender offering period finalized on May 15. So we can only provide brief answer. Many of you pay attention to our distribution in medical channel. And you may ask why we're focusing on pharmaceutical channels from last year CK Care drug store, now this year Ding Ding drugstore. We have two reasons. One, we have spirit of creating channels ahead for future expansion. As HVA to be our main sector in our strategy. For medical, channel would be the most difficult part, but also the most valuable part. So creating channel ahead has been our consistent target. For example, since 2008, we opened hospital business. Hospital is actually channel for medical business, also the most valuable parts. So through the core strategy of creating channel ahead, we have begun in 2008. Next, we invest in CK Care, Drug Farm. We also invest in Ding Ding. And medical and pharmaceutical channels are actually in the same system. And drug development is tied to medical development based on creating channel ahead strategy. We also put effort in pharmacy investment. And you can imagine we want to build channel for drugs as we built hospital for medical channel. This is a consistent goal for future prosperous drug businesses. This is my short answer for this question. As to we have shared in previous conference, many of you pay great attention to BBHC, hospital shareholding ratio increasing. We have briefly mentioned in previous session, in the past 3 years, COVID had created turmoil in hospital operation. Luckily, we have great hospital operation. So for BenQ Hospital in China, in the past 3 years, revenue keep growing. Last year, it was the first time revenue over 10 billion. We have been in a profitable and healthy situation since the first quarter this year. We have experienced a rapid growth in revenue and profit in this post-pandemic era. It has returned its performance than that in before pandemic era. We have enjoyed high performance in revenue and profit. In this sector, I've mentioned before, in the entire Qisda Group distribution, we have invested in medical and pharmaceutical aspect. We want to enhance the input in medical and pharmaceutical parts. Under the Grand Fleet strategy, we want to lead the entire Taiwan for medical and pharmaceutical development to exhibit the highest value, not only under our group. Our investment to bring value. We also want to stimulate industry in Taiwan to boost better performance among Taiwanese companies. We have wide and deep investment in medical and pharmaceutical aspect. These will be the major pillar to contribute in our future development. So this is my answer to medical and pharmaceutical related question. Next question is the new market for NCG Business Group. Should we have April to answer this question? Hello, everyone. This question, I will bring some explanation to you. NCG Business Group, we have some development strategy. One of them is to deploy new market. It means two parts. First, we apply new product to deploy new application, or we use original product to find new channels. Let me explain. For example, Alpha is the major pillar in NCG Business Group, and we have acquired Hytron. This is an example for exploring new wire broadband channel for Alpha's product to expand business opportunity through new channel. What about using new product to expand new application channel? I can give you one example, such as low Earth orbit satellite related development. We also have receptor products. So this is an example to apply new product to expand new application. Or 5G market is also to apply 5G new product to expand the application in 5G market. This is a brief answer for this question. Thank you very much. Next question. focusing on AI and cyber security distribution. Many investors ask this question. Should we have Michael to answer this question? Thank you. Hello, thank you for this question. I will answer this question. Regarding AI, HPC, and cybersecurity, it has 3 topics. 1, cloud, server room, and third, edge. We have business opportunity in those 3 areas. Whether it's AI, cybersecurity, we focus on application, which include Meta Edge, which is a leading company in Taiwan. The second one, Gransys, last year experienced IPO. Now we're preparing to have it listed on stock market. They focus on client service AI application. And we also have investment in DSI Group and D8 AI. DSI focus on recent election situation analysis and power system and healthcare insurance analysis. D8 AI focus on chatbox development. So for cloud application, whether it's regarding AI or cybersecurity, we have such distribution. For server room, we have companies such as Awin providing cybersecurity platform for server room. This investment could also expand its value to marketing to the world. We will do it through IPC, and it is the top 3 company. Third, edge. It focuses on software and hardware service integration, both in DFI and partner. We provide the integral system service. And the other focus is development. We focus on HPC development in US market. We also introduce development process for platform services. Thank you. Next, for hemodialysis, many of you ask question as well. Should we have Harry to answer this question? Hello, everyone. I am GM of Medical Business Group, Harry Yang. Regarding hemodialysis, the progress in China, we have gained certificates. After that, we need to go through each province and submit tender application in each hospital. It is going smoothly according to our plan and our schedule. The entire situation is promising. The other aspect, for Southeast Asia, we also gain certificate in many countries. So far, hemodialysis, as I have mentioned, it is going smoothly according to our plan. Thank you. Okay, for dialysis market, I want to add some information. As you know, in Taiwan, we have around 15,000 dialyzer consumed in Taiwan market. And consumers are around 90,000 patients. Patients in Taiwan benefits from healthcare insurance. Whenever they have need, basically they can be taken care of. So based on this experience, we can assume there will be a bigger market scale in China because the population there is 60 to 70 times population than in Taiwan. So as that in India. Other country patients might not be taken care of properly than in Taiwan. Many patients might suffer from financial struggle. They cannot enjoy this benefits. Therefore, this is the main reason why we invest in hemodialysis. We have seen enormous market needs. worldwide and in China and India and Taiwan. We have a factory here in Taiwan who has been in mass producing for many years in Taoyuan. We also have another bigger factory in Shanghai. We wish to provide services for patients in China. We want to achieve the goal and to self-produce in supply chain. The progress in this area is rapid, and we hope to bring good news to everyone soon. This is ongoing according to our plan. As to hemodialysis business, it should be our next major pillar that can contribute greatly in medical business group. Whether it's about revenue or profit, it should account for bigger amounts. This is my brief introduction about this business in the future to our investor. Next, regarding financial question, should we have Jasmine to answer this one? Okay. Many of you have asked profit after tax from non-controlling interest ratio. As a matter of fact, due to non-OP one-time disposal may occur, so it's difficult to provide an accurate ratio per quarter, but I can give you a general number. As a matter of fact, our consolidated company, our shareholding ratio is around 30 to 60%. After brief calculation, non-controlling interest should be around 40 to 50% when no significant non-OP disposal occur. This is the first one. Second, estimate tax rate this year. To view our past valid tax rate in the past, it was around 22 to 25% averagely. It is differ greatly per quarter due to tax rate difference in different countries. But in general, it is around 20 to 25%. And the third question is dividend payout ratio. We have mentioned before, we will maintain stable ratio. In the previous 2 years, it is over 50%. This year, it is close to 50%. Qisda Corporation keep working on grant fleet strategy. Whenever we see great investment target, we will mildly adjust the dividend payout ratio, but will maintain it close to 50%. So this year we have announced we want to increase shareholding ratio in BenQ Hospital, spend around 7 billion, and Dingding Drugstore around 0.8 billion. Due to the major investment, we will adjust dividend payout ratio. Outlook of growth margin the second quarter. Last quarter and this quarter is around 15.5%. Each business group maintain around the same regarding growth margin range. This is regarding financial question, my answer to it. And some of our investors pay great attention to the low demand in IT business. What about the differences in the first half and second half performance? Should we have Joe to answer this question? Regarding IT products, difference is around 48 to 52%. And it is a much more vulnerable period due to inventory clearance. The front-end sales might maintain 45 to 55% level. Production might be bigger. After inventory clearance, the ratio should be bigger than 45 to 55%, or even exceeding 40 to 60%. This is my answer to this question. regarding medical development, such as bed sound hearing aid and dental development, should we have Harry to answer this question? Hello everyone, I'm Harry, GM of Medical Business Group. Regarding bed sound hearing aid, current development, it is the top 2 company in Taiwan and it is growing smoothly. It has 40 to 50 stores. Market share accounted for around 30 to 40% in total market. It is developing smoothly. After COVID, the market is picking up during COVID time, human contact is not appreciated. After that, business is enjoying an uplift. Investors also ask questions regarding dental development. We have intraoral scanner. We're now actively developing the 2nd generation model and develop software and hardware on our own. And other investments, other than intraoral scanner, we also invest in digital dental implantation. We're begin to invest in software and hardware development. As to invisible braces, we haven't commenced in this area yet. In the future, we might invest more through M&A activities. Thank you. As to the listing timing for BenQ Hospital, we will have Jasmine to answer this. After COVID, revenue for both hospital were both great. Due to the successful smart hospital business establishment, we have experienced those periods and we are now preparing to have hospital to be listed in stock exchange market. This year, it might not be a great timing and we will estimate a good timing for this to happen, and we are still preparing for this. Okay, regarding hospital, I have also shared with all. After pandemic era, both revenue and net income, we enjoy great performance. It has come back to pre-pandemic era performance. I believe in the future, with the alleviated situation in pandemic, the growing speed for hospital would definitely accelerate. Other than Nanjing and Suzhou Hospital, we also have other plan to have hospital to be listed in stock exchange market. This is a very important action for us. We will actively promote this action. We cannot give a clear timing for when. It also depends on where we're going to make it happen and the regulation and the situation in those regions. But I want to say, our hospital enjoys healthy operation and we have met what is required to be listed. So we will actively to make it happen. This is why we also increase stock sharing in hospital. We want to make sure that we can create a benefiting environment for this plan. We expect through the rapid growth of hospital development, it can add value to the entire Qisda Corporation. Okay, so we have almost covered all the questions, and it is close to 3 p.m. I think we have answered all the questions now. Currently, we have collected all the questions and answered them. We're ending this investor conference. Thank you for joining this online investor conference. We will upload video of this investor conference. We want to thank you, and you may disconnect now.